I don't normally record in vertical, but it's just the easiest way to keep this propped up on the table. This is nice. Have you tried it? It's matcha tea and a bunch of like vitamins and stuff. Can you see? I'm not low in B12. Go vegan. Anyway, what I want to talk about is Bryan Kohberger. Specifically, what the Gonzalez family have been saying. So tonight there is, I think it's 48 hours. He's doing a show, and the media is abuzz with the things that the Gonzalez family have been saying. So the Gonzalez family, particularly Steve, that's Kaylee's dad, was very vocal in the beginning, and he's been quiet of late, but he's spoken out. And the Gonzalez family believe that Bryan was following both Kaylee and Maddie on Instagram. His defence have denied that, but that's what they say their investigations have found. I don't know what investigations they've done, but hey. So, also, they've said that Kaylee was trapped, that there was only one person who was the target, who was meant to be killed, and Bryan ended up killing 4 people instead of just the one, because things just went wrong. Maybe that's why he was panicking and left the knife sheath. So, this is how I think the murders went down. Now, I think they will have been able to work out the order at which the 4 were brutally stabbed to death because of the blood transfer. So, I know it's horrible to think about, but if you kill multiple people with the same knife, you're plunging that knife into their body, and the first person that's murdered has no blood from anyone else in the wounds. Second person, because the blood's on the knife, has some blood transfer from the first person into their body, and so on and so forth. So, this is how I think it went down. The target was Maddie, and looking from the back, and Gray Hughes did some great videos. He did a great 360 camera. I need to get one of them. I want one of them 360 cameras. If you've got a 360 camera, will you put it in the comments, like some good ones? Like, have you got one? Give me a review on it, right? Because I want to get one. I'd do some great videos in the fields with 360 camera, wouldn't I? Anyway, right. So, are they expensive? They are, aren't they? Anyway, so the target was Maddie, and parking at the back of 1122 King Road, you see right into Maddie's bedroom. Now, Kaylee was sleeping in Maddie's room. Do you remember all this? Kaylee was sleeping in Maddie's room, and according to Steve, Kaylee was on the inside, Maddie was on the outside, and the bed was up against a wall. So Kaylee would have been trapped between Maddie's body and the wall. So she's awakened with the sound of her friend being stabbed. She tries to get up. Steve has said on a previous occasion that Kaylee had more wounds than Maddie. I mean, he's gone into some detail if you go back and look at some early interviews. So she would have been fighting and trying to escape. So Bryan didn't expect Kaylee to be in that room, did he? Dylan heard what she thought was Kaylee playing with the dog, Murphy. And that was probably Murphy whining from the other room. Murphy would have been in Kaylee's room because that may be where he normally slept. So he'd have been whining and trying to get through. Or maybe even Bryan put him in that room beforehand, like met him and put him in the room beforehand. I don't know. And I'm saying that the killer's called Bryan. We know that Bryan Kohberger is innocent till proven guilty in a court of law. But let's just call the killer Bryan for the sake of argument, because this is just speculation. This is just how I think the murders went down. So Maddie's there, stabs her, and look, people say that you can't stab 4 people in a short space of time. Of course you can. Of course you can. Throat, solar plexus. Easy. Not that I've ever done it, and not that I ever advocate anyone doing it. I'm just saying, right? So, stabs Maddie. Kaylee wakes up. Kaylee fights back, so there's more wounds on Kaylee. Kaylee's subdued. Brian's done his job now. He's got the person that he's targeted. Why he wanted to kill Maddie, who is perfectly innocent, whether she's turned him down, she worked at the Mad Greek, maybe Brian went there and had conversations with her, maybe that's where he saw her, maybe she, I don't know. Why does anybody do anything like this? It's horrendous. So, goes downstairs. Now, Dylan said that she thought she heard someone, Kaylee, she thought it was Kaylee, say someone's here. That was Xana. And in the PCA, law enforcement have also speculated that that was Xana. So Xana's awake. Kaylee and Maddie have already gone to sleep. So Brian, doing all these circles, you know, the killer called Brian, doing all these circles in his white Elantra around the kind of local streets. And, you know, goes around, Maddie's light's still on, goes around, Maddie's light's still on, goes around, Maddie's light's still on, goes around, Maddie's light's off, goes around again just to give her some time to have fallen asleep. That's what I think went down. All right, so DoorDash arrives. Maybe Brian saw the DoorDash. Maybe the DoorDash has Brian on the dash cam. Who knows? Who knows? We'll find all that out at the trial, but that won't be October the 2nd because Brian Koberger doesn't want a speedy trial anymore because, well, yeah, if you were innocent, you'd want to get this sorted. If you really had an alibi, like he says, you'd want to get this sorted straight away, wouldn't you? You'd be shouting from the rooftop saying, look, I've got an alibi. Not just I was driving around because that's what I like to do at night. He was driving around. He went quite some miles, but not because he was just going for an innocent drive. In my humble opinion, obviously. But this killer called Brian, right? So, goes downstairs. He's creeping downstairs. Xana, from her room, right? She's eating a DoorDash. She's settling down, going to go to sleep now she's eaten. She says to Ethan, maybe wakes Ethan up and says, there's someone here. Ethan goes out into the hallway or the kitchen and is totally shocked because Ethan's a big lad, right? And I'm not saying just because you're a big lad you're able to fight off somebody with a knife. I'm not saying that at all. But he did have a fighting chance. However, if you're taken by surprise and then you just have a knife plunged into your midriff or your solar plexus, you're not going anywhere and you're going to bleed out, right? You're going to bleed out very quickly. So then Dylan heard somebody say, I'm going to help you. Don't worry, I'm going to help you, or something of that kind. So Xana's in the bedroom screaming, making a noise. Brian wants to subdue her, so says, don't worry, I'm going to help you. Goes in the room. Xana's dad has said that she fought back. So she puts up a fight, but unfortunately doesn't win. There you go. That's how it happened. That's how I think it happened. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this 48 hours. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to watch it in the UK until 48 hours put it on YouTube, because they do eventually put them on YouTube. I don't know whether I've got access to it. What channel's it on? I don't know. I'll find out, but, yeah. So Brian's in court again next week. Is it the 22nd, I think? I've heard it said that there's no cameras in this session, which doesn't bode well for the judge deciding about the cameras at the trial. That's just what I've heard. I haven't actually looked at any paperwork or anything. I've not done that. It's not like me, but I'm just having a chat with you, right? Sitting here on this here bench. You're on the table. What can you see? You're on the table. Yeah, so I'm going to go now. Oh, I can't position you back now. So I'm going to go. Theo and Clem are running about. Do you want to see them before I go? Of course you do. Hey, Clemmy. Hi, Clemmy. Theo, what are you doing? What are you doing, Theodore? Theodore. Knocking my tea off. Theodore. He's a good boy. Theodore's a good boy. Yes, you are. Theodore's a good boy. Where's Max? Max is here somewhere as well. I don't know where Max is. He's probably gone in. It's a bit hot. Theodore. Theodore, good boy. You're too close now.